Ladies and gentlemen, the States is entering one of the most complex and volatile weather periods of October. A chain of large-scale atmospheric systems is simultaneously moving across the continent, creating intense disturbances on the national weather map. From the Central Plains to the East Coast, from the cold Rocky Mountains to the warm Gulf of Mexico, nowhere is completely calm. On land, people are preparing to face extreme phenomena such as strong gusty winds, hail, tornadoes, and the first cold snaps of the season. Meanwhile, over the Caribbean Sea, meteorologists continue to monitor a newly formed tropical disturbance, one that could develop into a tropical depression or even the next named storm of the year. The combination of atmospheric factors over land and sea is turning the United States this week into the focal point of global meteorological activity. At present, attention remains on a massive low-pressure system sweeping across the Ohio Valley extending to the Mississippi Valley, bringing severe thunderstorms, lightning, and strong winds. Over the past 24 hours, 3 tornadoes have been confirmed, occurring separately across Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. These twisters touched down at various times from midday through late at night, catching residents off guard. Although this cannot yet be classified as a large-scale tornado outbreak, experts warn that the current atmospheric setup is highly favorable for severe storm development. Abundant moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is being drawn northward and interacting with strong wind shear in the mid and upper levels, creating a typical tornadic environment, a dangerous recipe for hail, tornadoes, and intense thunderstorms. These storms will continue spreading eastward tonight and early tomorrow, directly impacting Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. Especially concerning is the elevated risk of nocturnal tornadoes, which occur while people are asleep, reducing their ability to detect and respond in time. Behind the squall line, a dry, cold air mass is surging southward from Canada, sweeping across the Great Plains and Midwest with gusts reaching 80 to 90 km per hour in Nebraska, Kansas, and the Dakotas, disrupting road and air traffic. Furthermore, forecast centers indicate that this is only the beginning of a sequence of interconnected weather systems. After this storm moves out of the Great Lakes region, 2 new systems developing in the west will follow closely behind. One will enter the U.S. early Monday, and another will arrive midweek. This means the entire country is heading into a highly dynamic week, constantly shifting from stormy to cold to dry hot conditions within just a few days. Starting Monday, as the main low moves northeastward, New England will endure a day of harsh weather with heavy rain, strong winds, thunder, and localized tornado potential. States including New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Jersey are expected to see all-day rainfall accompanied by a sharp temperature drop from around 20 degrees Celsius down to 8 to 10 degrees Celsius overnight. Meanwhile, the western Great Plains will turn dry, but strong northwesterly winds and low humidity will elevate wildfire danger. In Montana and Wyoming, the first snowflakes of the winter may fall Monday night, signaling the start of a new cold phase. By Tuesday, cold air will extend deeper into the central states. Cities such as Chicago, Des Moines, and Indianapolis will experience an early taste of winter with daytime highs only 12 to 15 degrees Celsius and nighttime lows below 7 degrees Celsius. Some areas may even see light frost. Mid-level winds blowing at 50 knots could cause turbulence for small aircraft. Meanwhile, in the southern U.S., especially Texas and Louisiana, the weather will turn hot, with temperatures reaching 38 to 39 degrees Celsius, creating a stark north-south contrast. This strong temperature gradient will generate a new trough, paving the way for the next storm system to form midweek. Wednesday will likely be the rare calm day of the week, as most regions nationwide enjoy stable conditions, little rain, mild sunshine, and light winds. If you have travel plans or outdoor activities, this will be the best day. But that tranquility won't last long. Just 24 hours later, on Thursday, a new low will develop over the desert southwest and quickly move northeastward, sweeping through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. Data from both GFS and ECMWF models suggest a high likelihood that this region will face a second round of severe storms, including damaging winds, large hail, and small tornadoes. Major cities such as Dallas, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, and Shreveport are within the highest risk zone. The U.S. Storm Prediction Center, SPC, is likely to raise the alert level to slight or even enhanced risk within the next 48 hours. For residents there, the coming weekend will be a time for heightened caution. As we move into the weekend, Saturday through Sunday, another surge of cold air from Canada will sweep southward. The Great Lakes and Midwest will see daytime highs only around 10 to 13 degrees Celsius. Nighttime lows 3 to 6 degrees Celsius, with some places near freezing. In the Northeast, after several days of rain, skies will clear, crisp, blue, and autumn-like. In the South, including Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida, conditions will become pleasantly warm by day and cool by night. However, a few scattered thunderstorms may still pop up due to moist tropical air drifting northward. This week's national temperature pattern resembles a sharply divided canvas. In the north, cold and dry air will drive temperatures 5 to 15 degrees below normal. In Minneapolis, Omaha, and Des Moines, early mornings may dip to 0 degrees Celsius, bringing the season's first frost earlier than expected. Meanwhile, along the Gulf Coast, hot sunshine will push readings to 33 to 37 degrees Celsius, even near 40 degrees Celsius in some spots. Such temperature contrasts make it difficult for people, especially the elderly and children, to adapt. According to the U.S. Climate Prediction Center, from October 20 to 27 most of the eastern U.S. will remain cooler than average, while the west and southwest, especially California, Arizona, and Nevada, stay warmer and drier. Surface winds early in the week are forecast at force 7 to 8, 40 to 60 kilometers per hour, posing hazards to small aircraft, fishing boats, and highway trucks. In the tropics, the Caribbean Sea is gradually awakening after several quiet weeks. The U.S. National Hurricane Center, NHC, is closely monitoring a new disturbance near the Lesser Antilles, temporarily labeled Invest 98L, with a 40% chance of tropical cyclone formation within 7 days. Forecast models present three main scenarios. The first, the system strengthens but turns north into the open Atlantic, becoming a fish storm that never affects land. The second, it heads straight into the western Caribbean, where sea surface temperatures exceed 30 degrees Celsius and wind shear is weak, conditions favorable for intensification before possibly entering the Gulf of Mexico. If this verifies, it would pose a genuine threat to the southeastern United States. The third scenario, the system tracks along the Central American coast, bringing heavy rain to Honduras, Belize, and Guatemala. Regardless of the path, experts agree that the Caribbean, Cuba, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and the Yucatan Peninsula should monitor it closely in the coming week. Madden-Julian Oscillation, MJO, data show the rising air phase associated with enhanced convection shifting into the western Atlantic, meaning tropical activity will increase markedly from October 20 to 28. This is also late in the hurricane season, when storms tend to follow unpredictable tracks. If this disturbance maintains its structure and survives vertical shear, Gulf Coast states such as Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana could be affected late in the month. In addition, the cold air surging southward may alter steering currents, causing a storm recurve effect, abruptly turning the system eastward, similar to several late-season storms in 2017 and 2020. Given the complexity of these developments, meteorological agencies urge residents in high-risk areas to prepare proactively. In the Northeast, including New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, people should activate overnight emergency alerts to detect unexpected tornadoes. In the South-Central region, especially Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, identify safe shelters and avoid going outside when storms approach. Along the Gulf Coast and Caribbean islands, refrain from going offshore between October 22 to 28. as waves and gusts could reach 70 to 80 kilometers per hour in the Midwest and Great Lakes regions. Pay attention to frost advisories. Check heating systems, and protect crops and livestock from early freezes. Ladies and gentlemen, the week ahead truly paints a complex autumn portrait of America. Some places stormy, others snowy, others unusually hot. Amid these fluctuations, the most important thing is careful preparation and calmness. Nature can change in an instant, but readiness greatly reduces risk. Always stay updated with forecasts from official weather agencies. Stock batteries, clean water, and non-perishable food, and have a plan in case of extended power outages. Above all, look out for one another, especially the elderly, children, and those with chronic illnesses, so that together we can get through harsh weather safely. As written in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 58, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. In the storms of nature and of life, only by holding on to faith and compassion can we stand firm. Amid turbulent skies, faith and preparedness are the anchors that keep us at peace. We will continue to monitor all evolving weather systems, especially the Caribbean disturbance that could become a storm in the coming days, and deliver updates every morning and evening. You can follow detailed information through official weather channels and reputable forecast outlets. Thank you for joining today's U.S. Weather Report. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell to receive the latest updates on extreme weather, hurricanes, cold fronts, and the upcoming winter outlook. Wishing you a peaceful, healthy, and safe week ahead amid nature's changing forces.